Join with speaker audio. Hello, hello. Can you hear me now? Oh, I think I'm on mute.
I can hear you. Now you're muted.
Now I'm okay. I'm a rookie at this.
You were fine even when you first got here.
Thank you. Thank you. Galaxy Tab. I wonder who this is. I'm gonna have to send a link to let somebody in. Hello.
It's dark in here.
Oh, that's you? Oh, hi. Hi, how you doing?
It's
I wonder
me.
who Galaxy Tab A is. Guess we'll find out. Here, I'm gonna try to send this link to somebody else. How's nutrition going today?
It's okay. I'm angry.
Why are you angry?
I don't know. I'm just angry.
You're just
I'm
angry.
very,
Okay. You have no real reason to be upset, but you are.
I'm like, I'm irritable. I'm very irritable. There's like a lot of changes happening all at once. So I'm like really irritable.
If it makes you feel better, I'm in a great mood. Is that
Good for
helping?
you, Dustin.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. Anyway, let me get back to trying to get somebody back in here. Never mind. I got it. Perfect. Perfect. All right.
It's so dark in here.
Yeah. Let me go back to your. Hey, that's a nice thing in the background there. Yeah, that. Huh?
Thanks.
Is that a clock or is it painting? What am I looking at here?
Yeah, it's just a picture.
Nice.
I like mandalas a lot.
Mandala? Yeah, me too. Let me figure out how to, there we go. Share screen. Maybe I'll practice this now. Oh, wow. Where's the zone meeting? You know what?
The phone meeting?
Or I have a zone thing on here somewhere. Man, I got a lot of stuff. All right, let me back up. Aha. Share screen. Aha. Let me pull up some of the other documents too, in case people have questions about the challenge. Bum, 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 bum. That's never happened before. Yeah, that's a first. Good for them. This PC. Is that your puppy?
That's my dog.
Can I see your dog? I'm a big fan of dogs.
When she comes in, I'll let you see her.
All right, fine.
She's been walking in and out a bunch.
Gotcha, gotcha. All right. Let's see, back it up. How do we get to my downloads? I'll just open up my email. That's you. All right, let's see here. You know what? I think I hear Gavin in the background.
Yes, you do.
All right. Are you sore at all?
What?
Are you sore?
Wait, no.
Sore? No? Okay,
I
good.
think I'm past the sore phase.
Beautiful. I wish you said that like when more people are in here, because they are going to want to know that there is a non-sore phase.
Yeah, I'm past that point, I think.
Beautiful. That's behind us.
I did 2 miles today and 40 burpees.
Nice. Very good. That's pretty good.
plus some extra. But I've
Nice,
got 100 burpees left and a lot of miles.
Yes, yes. No, that's still great. We have another person. Who is that? I just see a lamp. Hi, hello, hello. Who are you? I can't see. Oh, you don't want to, it's okay. You don't have to tell me who you are. In 3 minutes, we're getting started. Can't tell. Can't tell. I just see you. Oh, hey, hi.
You're here. Hi.
Oh, hello, hello. How you guys doing?
We both can't get in the camera, so.
That's okay. You know what? I know that it's you guys now. All right. We're going to start in 3 minutes. I like to start on time.
Okay.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can see the other young lady.
Beautiful. Whoa, crystal clear audio. There we go. That's the one I care about. 3 minutes to go. Is that Marissa?
I have no idea.
Whatever.
It's not mine. Mine not showing up.
No,
How she know?
she wouldn't. Maybe it's a nickname for somebody. Oh, okay.
Hey, it's my granddaughter who changed my name on here for schoolwork.
You know, I'm Marissa, so I was like, how the hell did Marissa get access? And all right, so it's all clear now.
Ah, it's magic.
It is magic.
Magic.
Small world, small world. All right, so 2 minutes, guys. And then we'll talk fitness. Talk fitness to me. Did I give you all the folders for people?
Yep.
Cool. Yes. Kim. You should write down who's attending. These are bonus points for people. No,
Who are you writing?
I don't know. You know, I've been writing down like little things, you know, like people send me stuff. I think that's cool. You know, if you show up to the Zoom meeting, this is a plus sign. And Debbie, Heart of Dale.
This is my girl.
Dale, Michelle. Okay, cool. 1 minute, guys, 1 minute. Hi, Kim. You missed it out. Can you hear me, Kim?
Sorry.
God, I made somebody very upset. Who has the 20 dogs?
That would be us.
That would be you? Okay. I don't know if I can mute you.
One dog.
I'm muting you
Huh?
guys. I'm muting you. Here it comes. All right. All right. All right. Cool. Kim, I have great news. Somebody just said that they passed their SOAR stage. So it's a thing. That's very exciting. Thank God. Yeah. All right. So first things first, guys, before we get started, do you guys have any specific questions about the challenge? I know we gave you, I think I've seen every one of you. Do you guys have any actual specific questions in relation to this challenge that I haven't answered yet that you can think of? No, we're good. Okay. Okay. We're going to move on then. All right. So the first thing I want to cover is I really want to talk about macro diet. And the diet, I'm going to send you guys this PDF probably tomorrow and in a future email. But the diet that I use is called the Zone Diet. Doesn't actually say it, but there it is. Yeah. And basically it's a macro diet. I'm going to scroll down to the next page. And the way this works is based on your size, the size of your body, whether you're a man or a woman, it determines how much food you can have, all right? And at any point I'm going too quick, just unmute yourself or whatever and just ask a question, okay? So first things first, foods are broken up into blocks, okay? So what is a block? All right, so a block of protein is 7 grams of protein. I don't know if you guys can see me highlighting that, all right? So a block of protein equals 7 grams of protein, all right? And that's nutritionally, not actually weighing it out. So and that'll make more sense in a second. 9 grams of carbs is 1 block of carbs, and 1.5 grams of fat is a block of fat. Now, here's kind of a little side note with that, and it's written right here. But this is assuming that there's some type of fat in your protein. You know, like if you make a burger, let's say you make a cheeseburger or something, there is fat in the burger. So under that assumption, we're saying 1.5 grams of fat is a block of fat. All right. Did I lose anybody? No? Okay. So we'll use me as an example here. All right. So I'm going to say that I'm a large male. All right. That means that I can have a 5-block breakfast, a 5-block lunch, a 2-block snack, a 5-block dinner, and a 2-block snack, which means I get 19 blocks a day. All right. By the way, if you guys see where I'm highlighting now, I want to make this very clear because otherwise you're going to feel like you're starving. All right. If you are on a 5-block meal or a 4-block meal like this guy, this 4-block small male, that means you're having 4 blocks of protein for breakfast, 4 blocks of protein for 4 blocks of carbs for breakfast, and 4 blocks of fat. It's not 4 total. Does that make sense? I'm going to take that as a yes. All right. So I'm going to scroll down to the next page, and it'll kind of break down this in a little bit more detail. All right. So now that you know what a block is, how do you figure out with your food what to eat? Okay. And we're going to make a meal in a couple minutes here, guys. All right. So you all got the food scales. Now, if you look at this page right here, if you look at, they spelled chicken wrong, but if you look at chicken, you'll see that 1 ounce of cooked chicken is 1 block. So that means that for me, since I can have 5 blocks of protein, I can have 5 ounces of chicken, and that is 35 grams of protein. Does that make sense, guys? Kind of, sort of?
That's why I'm hungry,
Yeah.
because I'm not
So-
eating it. I can tell you right now, I'm not eating enough carbs.
Probably not. And we're going to cover that right now. Okay. So if you look, for the most part, to keep it simple, guys, if you look at all this stuff, most things are either 1 ounce or 1.5 ounces for a protein source. So the math is not that hard for protein. Okay. Now let's look at some carbs. All right. So if we're making dinner, I'm making myself a dinner. I could weigh out 5 ounces of chicken breast. Boom. Now, if I'm still hungry, I can have some carbs.
Dustin, you're saying 5 because you get 5 blocks. Is that
Yeah,
why?
you got it. Let me go back to the previous page just to make sure we're all on the same page. Since I'm a large male, I get 5 blocks of protein, carbs, and fat for breakfast. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So for you, Michelle, you're whatever you consider yourself, you would probably get 3 blocks. You're getting 3 blocks for breakfast. All right.
Okay.
The only difference between a medium and a large female is this snack right here. You have smaller snacks if you consider yourself a medium female, you know, and make your choice, you know, and kind of figure out if you would consider yourself medium or large. I've heard people just base it off your shirt size. You know, if you wear an extra large, then go with that. You know, if you don't, then go with something else. All right. So let's go back down to the carb page. Okay. So you have your options of things that are raw or cooked carbs. Okay. But if I wanted to make a meal, I have my 5, I could take 2 cups of broccoli, which is a lot of broccoli, by the way. And that's 1 block of carbs. All right. Let's see here. You see, the thing with vegetables, guys, is you're really going to fill your plate with vegetables because it's, you know, it takes a lot of vegetables to kind of equal a decent amount of carbs. Yep, there you go. So if you guys remember these meal prep containers, That's why 2/3, that's why 2/3 of your thing is gonna be veggies, guys. So let's make that meal. So we have our 5 ounces of chicken. We have, let's say we have a 1.25 cups of peppers. That's 1 block. Let's add some onions too. 2/3 of a cup is 2 blocks of carbs. And let's just have an apple, a full apple. So half of an apple is 1 block. So that means a full apple is 2 blocks of carbs. So now we have 5 blocks of protein, and we now have 4 blocks of carbs. And then you can add fat. So how are we going to add fat? You know, you can keep it really simple. If you look at this side right here, as you can see, the quantity is very low. Let's say you wanted to have avocado with your chicken and your veggies. All right. 1 tablespoon of avocado is a block. So for a man, for myself, I could have 5 blocks of avocado, or if you're a woman, you're probably going to have three blocks of avocado. Okay.
Then you're completely dismissing what the serving size is for the, like, because if you get a serving and you're
Yes.
looking at what the
Yes.
servings say, that is totally
Mhm.
irrelevant when it comes to distinguishing this type of diet. You're
Totally.
just looking
Yeah.
at what the actual block is and what you define yourself as size wise.
Yes, yes. And I've done this diet, and I actually did it. The purpose of this diet is very popular amongst CrossFitters. And one of the things that they like that CrossFitters do is it's for performance. I didn't do this for aesthetics at all. But within a week of eating like this, I noticed that I instantly noticed a difference. Now, it's not fair because men lose weight faster than women. We have more muscle mass, you know, it's just
You
not.
know this.
But this is life. This is life. But within a week of doing this, I noticed a difference, and I was surprised. And I just was so blown away with my progress that I just stuck with it. And it might seem really complicated, guys. It's really not as complicated. Like if you have a food scale, and you all do, and you have measuring cups, you can kind of make a meal. Why don't we make a salad really quick, guys? A quick salad. So I mentioned yesterday, if you guys saw my my salad video, if you look at lettuce right here, let's look at iceberg lettuce, guys. 1 head of lettuce equals 9 grams of carbs. So when you take off some leaves of lettuce, it really doesn't count for anything. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the base. So we could add in, some ham. We could put ham in our salad. We could put in some eggs or cheese, but you want it to equal 5. For a guy, you want it to equal 5 blocks, or for a woman, 3 blocks. Let's make the salad for a woman. All right. A 3 block salad. So our lettuce really counts for nothing. Let's add some hard-boiled eggs. We'll put 1 hard-boiled egg in there. That's 1 block of protein. Let's add 1 ounce of cheese. That's another block of protein. We need 1 more. And let's just put a little bit of ham in there. So we have ham, egg, and cheese. And there's our 3 blocks of protein. All right. And then yesterday my salad was pretty sad, but you guys can really kind of figure it out. Put stuff in there. If you like raw onion, 2/3 of a cup of onion is a block. That is a lot of onion to go into a salad here, guys. So you could always kind of just mix and match a little bit, like maybe you take 1/3 of a cup of onion, and then you add in some peppers. As you can see, it's going to be pretty challenging to incorporate all of these vegetables in your salad to get a decent amount of carbs. You guys see what I'm talking about here? Yeah. That's why, I like chickpeas, and it's a favorable carb. And if you look at it, 1/4 cup of chickpeas is a block of carbs. I like chickpeas. They're kind of filling. So that's why I put it in my salad. It's also better than me putting in croutons or something. And then I mentioned this yesterday. I'm going to mention it again right now. When you're making a salad, when you're putting dressing on it, for a woman, 1/3 of a teaspoon is a block. 1/3 of a teaspoon. That means you get 1 teaspoon roughly of olive oil or dressing. All right. So quantity becomes critical. Fat is also typically more calorically dense, so fat has a lot of calories in it. All right. Let's also go to the next page here. So these are some other carbohydrates, and these are unfavorable carbs. Doesn't mean you can't use them. It's just they're unfavorable. If you look you'll see a lot of things. We have our alcohol there, which we're trying to stay away from. Also, look at all these condiments here, guys. For honey, it's a half a tablespoon. So we had talked about, you know, you can put honey in, I don't know, yogurt or something like that, but you realize that you're just wasted a block of carbs on a half a teaspoon or a tablespoon. So you really got to weigh that option out, because the problem you might have is you take the honey, you put it in, you just wasted a block on honey, and then it's 10 a.m. and you're starving because you didn't chew. You know what I mean? Does that make sense, guys? I'm going to take it that it does. All right. If you look
So-
right here, go ahead.
It doesn't matter what the carb content is, like on the yogurt I get, if it says that the carbs in the yogurt are only 3 grams of carbs, it doesn't matter. I count the yogurt carbs according to this.
Yes, and let's go to yogurt, because yogurt's one of those interesting foods. I'm going to scroll up. Now, yogurt is yogurt and milk, and if anyone drinks soybeans or drinks soy milk or eats soybeans or tempeh, these are the only items. Read this right here, guys. Combo items are considered a block of protein and carbs. Okay, so for you, Debbie, if you wanted to have yogurt, a half a cup of yogurt is a block. A half a cup of yogurt would be a block of protein and carbs. All right. So then you could always, if you want to add a little bit of honey to sweeten it up, you could add a half a tablespoon of honey. Now we have 2 blocks of carbs. And let's say you wanted to put in some blueberries. You could add a half a cup of blueberries. And now we have a little breakfast parfait of honey, blueberries, and yogurt. And that's 1 block of protein, 3 blocks of carbs. And then let's just add in 9 almonds. See, almonds, 3 almonds equals a block. So now we have 3 blocks of fat. We have 3 blocks of carbs and 1 block of protein. And then you could just add like a string cheese or a hard-boiled egg. And that's a pretty decent sized breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah. So did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Perfect. Perfect. You're welcome. Now also, guys, I'm going to go back to this here where we're looking at these unfavorable carbs. People have asked me about bananas. All right, let's look at the bananas here, guys. All right, so 1/3 of a banana is a block of carbs. So that means if you're a female and you're a large framed female, your banana is your amount of carbs that you should be eating. All right. And, you know, again, quantity, guys, quantity is critical. That's where, you know, I've seen some people who are having like, you know, banana and I don't know, something else, you know. Well, you already went over the amount of carbs that you're supposed to have with the banana. So you got to be very careful if you're going to have something like that. Now, these right here, these unfavorable carbs, I actually like a lot of these. And the reason I like a lot of these is because they're carb dense, you know, like sweet potato is good for you, you know. So if you were to have a baked sweet potato, if you're, you know, an average size baked sweet potato, 1/3 of it is a block. So 1 sweet potato baked would be three blocks of carbs. Does this all make sense, guys? It's actually pretty, once you kind of get the hang of it, it's pretty self-explanatory. Does anyone have any questions? Nothing?
What about things that aren't there? For
So
example, like pumpkin.
that's a great question.
Pumpkin, what do you do then? Just don't eat it?
No, you can eat it. That's a great question. That's a great question. First off, let's see if pumpkin's on here.
I don't know.
I don't see it yet, but that's a great question. I'm going to answer it for you in just a second.
Okay.
All right. I just want to see if it'll be easy if it's already on here. You know what I mean?
I didn't see peanut butter either.
Peanut butter is right here. So it's under fat and it's half a tablespoon. I'm sorry, teaspoon, half a teaspoon. Make sure it's not a heaping teaspoon, right, Eddie? Eddie agrees with me.
When you
Okay.
do a heaping teaspoon, that could turn it into 3 servings instead of the 1 serving.
Oh my, yeah.
And that adds about 15 grams of fat that you did not want or need
Yeah.
for that particular meal.
And
So
people,
is that what you were meaning today with when you told me about the peanut butter powder?
did I mention peanut butter powder? You must have, Eddie, did you?
I mentioned peanut butter powder to you this morning.
Oh, yes, that's what I meant. It's just the quantity is so critical because like people like find these foods, and also marketing companies are really good at marketing healthy foods for us, you know? So peanut butter powder is good for you. It's just the quantity matters, you know? Like it's really easy. Like almonds are really good for us too. And I think you and I chatted about this. Who eats 9 almonds? Like nobody, you know? I'll take like a whole tin of them and I could eat them in one sitting. You know what I mean? Let me answer your question about pumpkin. So I'm going to open up a new tab here, and we're just going to write in pumpkin,
Okay.
nutritional facts. All right, let me move it so I can see here. All right, so let's see here. I need to know what the serving size is, because that can answer this better for me. Bum, 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 bum. Let's
Click
go
more
to,
items.
did I miss it?
Yeah, well, it just said more items. You could have clicked that and more would have came up.
You know, that's a good idea. More items. Let's see here. I think it took me right back to this
Oh, it
page.
took you to the same spot.
What the hell? All right, so let's see here. Well, lots of recipes,
There you
but
go.
doesn't actually say.
What are serving sizes? I can look on a can of pumpkin. I opened one today.
So look at this.
One cup of
So
cooked.
1 cup of cooked
Pumpkin.
pumpkin provides 49 calories. So here's how you could figure it out. If you go to the grocery store and you're not exactly sure what is a block of pumpkin, if you were to buy canned pumpkin and you look on the nutritional label, 9 grams of carbs equals a block. So if we look at this is 1 cup of cooked pumpkin has 12 grams of carbs. I would consider that a 1 block. I would consider that 1 block of pumpkin. So you could have 1 cup of cooked pumpkin. And that's a lot, right? So that could be a way for you to figure this out. Remember, guys, I'm going to go back to this other slide here. Oops, how do I move this? I'm new to Zoom here, guys. I'm not a big Zoomer. This is fun. You guys probably do these all the time. All right, so let me go back up to page number 2 here, and this will kind of give you a little reminder. But look at this, guys. Remember, 9 grams of carbs is 1 block of carbohydrate. This block system, guys, is meant to make this easier to understand. All right, it's not meant to make things harder. So 1 block of carbohydrate is 9 grams of protein. I'm sorry, 9 grams of carbs. And again, when you go to the next page, all of this stuff, the oatmeal, everything, everything here is equivalent to 1 block of carbohydrate. Everything here individually is 1 block of carbs. Okay.
So technically I could sit and look at the food that I've been logging and figure out if I've been doing this on my own or if I'm overdoing it.
Yes, totally. And you also have me and Eddie. Like Zone is my thing. Eddie, did you do Zone?
Yes, and essentially the diet plans that I have and that I make are very closely related to the Zone diet anyways. For example, in my meal plan that's made for me, it's 5 ounces of chicken. He needed 5 blocks, was equal to 5 ounces of chicken. So honestly, our meals are very closely like similar. So this thing is this is how mine looks and how I would do it. And it's just the only problem with mine. Mine's a little bit more boring than Dustin's. Dustin, you have a lot more items that you could kind of pick and choose from. And it is hard at first, but when you essentially keep doing it, you're going to start to know your own portion sizes, and it's going to get a lot easier. It's just the first week or two, it's extremely hard to understand and read this whole chart every single day. But once you start to figure out the fruits and vegetables and the meats that you like and you feel good with eating, then it's going to make this a lot easier. What I did here was basically just eat the same thing over and over, and it does get boring. That's why you have to change it up with seasonings, and that's why the Zone diet is a little bit more fun than a particular regular diet. But this is what we're here to teach you guys both. Everyone is different. Some people like this because it's more like it's just the same thing every single day. It's easier to follow, but it does get boring. So it's kind of pick and choose which one you guys feel more comfortable doing.
And I'll be honest, guys, when I was doing the Zone diet, once I figured out what I like to eat, I ate the same thing, guys. I ate a ham and cheese or a turkey and cheese sandwich 3 times a day. And I'm not recommending this, guys, but I would have a ham and cheese sandwich or a turkey for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That said, and this is not really sustainable because I put weight on, but I was down to about 6% body fat, which is really, really, really lean, yeah, and that might not be your goal, but if you're trying to lose weight, this method works really, really well. At least it worked really well for me. I've tried other diets, and we're going to save that for another Zoom meeting. Like if this isn't your cup of tea, but this worked really well for me, and I would switch it up too. Like eventually I got really sick of eating sandwiches 3 days a week or every day. So, I would make a parfait.
Sandwiches have bread. You weren't using bread though, right?
I was using bread, yes, but I'm a man.
Bread too? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. You can have carbs. We can't. Well, bread carbs.
Yeah, let me go and show you bread, because bread is not the enemy here, guys, but the quantity of it does matter. All right, let me find bread.
Well, even like wraps in comparison to actual bread aren't that much better for you.
You're right.
Whether it's wheat or spinach or tomato, they're
Yeah.
not that much better for you.
So if you look at this right here, guys, bread, a half a slice of bread is a block. So this is one of those moments where it's really unfair to be a girl, because for me, carbs, the reason I did the sandwich is because it's convenience, guys. When I'm working like 10 hours a day, I'm not chopping onions. I'm not chopping all of these vegetables that, I would get 2 slices of bread and there is my 4 blocks of carbs. So for me, it was super convenient. Something that you could do though, Michelle, is like, I don't know if you heard of, there's something thins. It's like a bread. It's like a very thin piece of like bread that you can use. Now,
Sandwich thins. I've used those before.
so that it's not the greatest option, but nutritionally, like you can get one that has roughly 21 grams of
Tastes like
carbohydrate.
cardboard.
What's that?
Tastes like cardboard.
I like them, to be honest with you. I thought they tasted pretty good.
I mean, once you start eating them and you don't know anything else, sure, they're fine. But at first I'm like, this is not a sandwich.
I liked it though, but that is an option. So if you're like, man, I am really sick of all this stuff, you could do something like that. And that would be a way for you to get 2 slices of bread or, very thin bread, and then, a kind of small sandwich, but
Yeah,
it might work.
like I've thought about like tuna even.
Yeah, so you would have
around that.
3 ounces. It would be 3 ounces of canned tuna. Let's make that sandwich. So we have that sandwich. Then let's just say that's 3 blocks, okay? Because it's
And
roughly.
I put pickles in my tuna.
That's fine. Pickles count for nothing, really. I could look it up, but it can't be anything substantial. See, dill pickles, and you're chopping them up. So it says 3-inch pickles. I can't imagine putting that much in your tuna.
I'll cut a whole pickle and put it in my tuna.
Yeah, that should be fine. But look at that, guys. Canned tuna, 1 ounce. So if you wanted to make a sandwich, you could have 3 ounces of canned tuna. I think a can is 5 ounces. You could have regular mayonnaise, and it would be 1 teaspoon of mayonnaise. Or if you like light mayonnaise, which I don't, you could have 3 teaspoons of that because of the amount of fat in there. So that's how you could make that. That's how you can make a very nutritionally perfect sandwich for yourself. All right.
And celery too.
Yeah, you add it. It's fine. Like wherever celery is on here, it can't be much. Look at that. 2 cups of celery, is 1 block of carbohydrate. See, boom. All right. So you can mess around with this. It's just very simple math, guys. I'm going to show you one more thing because I think Zoom's going to boot me off of this pretty soon. By the way, here's all sample meals. So if you're a 3-block person, here's 3-block meals. So these are pretty elaborate, but look at that, guys. One slice of bread, that is 2 blocks of carbohydrate. 3 ounces of deli meat. There's 2 blocks because a deli meat, it's 1.5 ounces equals a block. So we have 3 ounces of deli meat, 1 ounce of cheese, and then 3 tablespoons of avocado. And remember, half an apple is a block. So the math all adds up. All right. Let me show you one more thing. And then if you have any questions at the end, I'd be happy to field them for you. Now, remember those snacks I sent you guys in the week 1 challenges? I actually just took them from this chart. In fact, look at that. That's literally one that I used right there. 1 ounce tuna, a salad, and a tablespoon of salad dressing. So what you can do, guys, if you want to make some kind of funky meals, but it does macronutriently wise, this equals out, you could take something that's 1 block snack. And if you're a woman, you could just times this by 3. So it's a weird meal, but you could have 3 ounces of cheese, 1.5 apples, and 3 macadamia nuts, you know, or just mix and match. Here's peanut butter. You could have 3 ounces of marinated tofu, yum. You could have 1.5 apples and 1.5 teaspoons of peanut butter, you know? And if you're a guy, just times it by 5. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
All right, so that is the Zone Diet. Do you guys have any questions about this or anything that I can answer, like that's top of mind?
Is this information accessible to us?
I think that this whole thing has been recorded, so I can send you literally what we just talked about. And yes, I'm going to send you this whole PDF, guys. Literally, if you just go to Zone Diet, if you just write Zone Diet PDF, this is the first thing that pops up.
Oh, okay.
But I'm also going to email it to you in my next little email I send to you guys tomorrow. I'll send you this link.
Print it out.
Yeah, print this out,
Highlight the
guys.
things that you like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm
We
gonna.
have to.
Definitely print it out.
Let's see. So that's kind of how this whole macro thing works. By the way, guys, last thing from me, and then if Eddie has any points, you can also do something like this is very accurate. Like it's not the exact same thing, but one thing I want to show you is for the carbs here, guys. Well, what's the difference between a carb and a vegetable? Well, there really isn't, you know. But when I think of carbs here, I'm going to go back up. There's juices, guys. Try to stay away from juices. But like, I'm thinking of more starchy stuff like this, guys. By the way, stay away from French fries. French fries are the devil. All right. But if you look at, you know, like I would put maybe 3/8 of a cup of acorn squash, or look at baked beans. That's an easy one. 1/8 of a cup of baked beans is your carb source. So if I wanted to make this super simple, you could take some baked beans and put it in the carb thing. Put, you know, roast some vegetables, a bunch of vegetables in there, and put in some type of protein thing. And it's not exactly it's not as accurate as the Zone Diet, but it's pretty damn close, guys. You know. And again, if you guys wanted to just follow this method, it would be if you're a guy, you get 4 of these a day. If you're a girl, you get 3 of these a day.
With
I would
that,
say-
I'm
Go ahead.
struggling because I feel like carbs are so bad and I'm trying so hard to lose weight that I'm eliminating the carbs and I'm doubling up on the veggies. So I'm like not even using the carbs. Like I'm not, because when I think of carbs, I'm like, I want French fries or I want bread and I can't have that. So basically I could care less about like any other carbohydrate. So I'm like, I want to eat more vegetables. So at least I'm sustained.
What I would say is also, since I'm just introducing this concept to you, you can also experiment with it a little bit, you know, like maybe go a week where you're not consuming any bread at all, 0 bread, you know, and then maybe try a sandwich, see how you feel. You know, carbs are not the enemy. Excess carbs are the enemy. Excess anything is bad. Too much protein is bad. If
And
you have
this week, specifically, we're not supposed to be eating any processed carbs. And I don't know if I necessarily understand what that means because I'm just avoiding bread. I'm avoiding the things that I liked, you know, typically that I would eat, but have been staying away for some time now, as you know,
Sure.
but I'm not really sure how to fulfill carbohydrates, but also complete the challenge successfully.
So, you know, like, again, these are some more carb dense options, you know, so it's a little bit easier. But again, you know, like you could do the salads and you just chop up a bunch of onions, you know, and then you
I
could
did that tonight, actually. That's what
You
I
could-
did. I
But
did.
go ahead.
I think Michelle's asking, kind of like I was this morning, getting it clear in your head, like I said to you, is it cream cheese processed food or not? When I was making that salad dressing, as what constitutes processed?
That's a great question. You're not the first, neither are you the first people to ask me that. It's kind of a loaded thing. You know, like people tell me they want to get toned and everyone's definition of tone tends to be a little bit different. So what is processed? For me, what I'm thinking is like anything that like came in a box, like, you know, frozen treats or something like that, anything candy, anything that's got added sugars that you don't understand. Like if it's got, you know, like, I don't know, what's the process? High fructose corn syrup, something like that. Any corn syrup in it is bad for you. You know, bread I'm fine with, you know, because again, guys, like I struggle with getting my carbs in, because I don't want this to turn into like an Atkins diet where you're completely depleting yourself from carbs, and it can turn into that. So that's why I have something like bread. So I guess the best definition, and you could always ask us as coaches, like, hey, can I have this? But stay away from fake sugars, because it's going to trigger your brain to want real sugar. If it comes in a box and it's like, something quick and convenient, the answer is probably don't do it. You can have frozen vegetables, something like that. That's fine, but like stay out of the frozen section. There's really nothing there for you. It's cliche, but stay around the perimeter of the grocery store.
Well, like Brussels sprouts and like any frozen vegetables, they still have the same nutritional value. They're just frozen. So that's
think they
fine,
do,
right?
yeah.
Like if it's just a bag of broccoli or something.
Yeah, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. And again, guys, it's really simple. If you look at the ingredients, if it has like 6 or 7 ingredients and the ingredients are like apples and, onions and real food, or paprika and salt, then cool. But if it's, partially, cottonseed oil, red dye number 46, stay away from that stuff, So there is, I guess, there is if there's gray area, Debbie, and you're not sure, message me or Eddie, but I would say if you stay around the perimeter of the grocery store for the most part, you are good. And just try to stay away from anything that's super easy and convenient. I don't know if that answered your question.
My question?
Either one of you.
Yeah, I see now, because the whole time here I'm thinking, just stay away from, like, I was literally not eating anything that was like, just like bread, for example, was the number one thing. I was like, I can't have that, but I was not clear. So now I get it.
You can, I would say you can have bread, just be very aware of your quantity. Your quantity is so important. And also, Michelle, and all of you guys, like if you decide that you're going to do bread, and you should physically see some type of change in 2 weeks. If you're going to do this within 2 weeks, you should be like, I think I'm losing a little bit of weight. And if that's not happening, then maybe take the bread out. Part of this is also an experiment to figure out what works for you and what doesn't. I will say this, the reason I started the Zone diet was I was doing like a paleo style diet where, it turned into like a very high protein thing with no carbs. And my exercise, my fitness was going down. Because I wasn't consuming enough carbohydrate. And then when I switched to this, which was the real reason, my performance shot up. And also I just kept losing weight, and then I was really excited. You want to see how far you can take this thing, so that's what worked for me. You guys have any more questions? No? Eddie, do you have anything you want to share with these guys before we let them go?
Definitely agree with what Dustin is saying. I think we need to see how we feel with carbs. There's certain people that the keto diet is excellent for them. And then I met people that they cannot function without carbs. And then there's another diet called carb cycling. There's so many diets. The one thing that they all have in common is that if you stick to it to the T, then it works. Any diet, anyone could come up with any diet, and it's essentially going to work if you follow to the T. But we need to focus on how does it make us feel. So if you are eating bread, and first of all, carbs are just a macronutrient that feeds the brain, and it does provide us with energy, especially in a longer workout. So if you are going on that 30-minute walk or a 30-minute bike ride or something like that, carbs are actually the main macronutrient that you need to be able to have enough energy for the duration of that workout. So definitely see how you feel. Now, if you eat the bread and then you come work out and you don't feel that good, then maybe you're showing that the keto diet or something like that would be better. And if you do feel good with the carbs, then maybe this whole time it was just the amount of carbs that you were eating. You're eating maybe too many carbs than your body was able to handle. So I know it's extremely confusing, and I actually do want to do another Zoom thing where I talk to you guys about macronutrients as a whole, protein, carbs, and fat. And it's a lot of information, but we're going to slowly give you guys information so that you're able to understand what your body's going to want. Yeah. So we're going to keep doing that.
Yeah, I think, guys, a big part of this is we're going to give you the tools of how to do, I love this method. If it's not for you, we'll do other Zoom meetings about, Whole30, which is it's very restrictive diet, but I like it, you know, but it really, we want to give you guys the tools. So in 6 weeks that you guys know what to do, that you know how to prep your food and you know what, you know, a block is, and that you have ongoing success. Because like I mentioned in the overview, most people who do these challenges put the weight back on. All right. So we really want to set you guys up for success so that you guys can go about this yourself, or you can keep going with nutritional coaching and just have us there for accountability. You know, that's kind of the plan as well. I think we're going to wrap it up here, guys. I think that this is recording. So I am going to try to send the whole recording to you guys if I can. That might be tough to do on email. All right. But maybe I can even put it on YouTube or something. I have no idea. But also, if you guys have any questions, you have me, you have Eddie, and we are here for you guys. You know, that's what you guys are paying for. All right. So use us. All right. Does anyone have any more questions before we end?
Is catsup supposed to be ketchup?
That's a great question. That's a great question. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say
I thought so. Just asking.
yeah. So, all right. Great question. There's no bad questions. Okay. And that was close though. All right. All right, guys. So I think we're good here. I am going to send you this PDF tomorrow. Use me, use Eddie as a resource. Go with Eddie first. Okay. And that's it, guys. Sound good?
Yep.
All
I
right.
definitely want to talk about
Thanks.
carbs, so we will get back to you guys on that. I definitely want to have another meeting where we just talk about the like carbs, fats, and proteins. I personally love carb cycling. The reason why I like it, it's 1 day of high carbs, 3 days of low carbs. What that means is that 1 day I get to eat the pastas that I like, the
Nice.
things that I really truly enjoy, because I'm someone who I'm cranky without my carbs. So if that's someone like you, then maybe
That's how I am. I feel like that's how I am. I feel like I'm irritable.
A little
Since
irritable.
I've taken carbs away, I'm literally irritable.
So, and that's totally fine. So I definitely want us to all try to be on the same page and try this zone diet and let it work, let it do its magic. And if you're someone that's just like, I need more carbs, I'm not functioning, I'm not happy, I'm miserable, stress can actually cause you not to lose the weight, even if you're 100% spot on with your
Cortisol.
Yep. So if you're 100% spot on with your nutrition, and you're like, Eddie, Dustin, I'm following this to the T. The next thing we're going to look at is how stressed. If you're stressed, that takes about 20% off of your nutrition. 70% of losing weight is nutrition. So if you're stressed, angry, and miserable, that takes 20% off. Now it's only 50%. So that lowers your chances of losing weight. So if you're stressed, not happy, I will help you find keto, carb cycling, anything.
Yeah.
So this 1 to 2 weeks is where we're figuring out what the heck is our problem, what do we like, what are we craving, and then we're gonna help you guys find the best way to go on from there. So feel free to ask me questions. I'm gonna make sure I send you guys small articles at a time. I know nobody wants to read a 20-page article like me. I like to, but I'm not gonna send you guys 20-page article, maybe three-page, 2-page, and just help you guys get a little bit more information about the good carbs, non-starchy vegetables versus starchy vegetables. The difference is very small, but just to help you guys understand that. So I could talk forever. Don't get me on here.
Cutting you off. You're cut off. All right, he's done. He's done, guys. It's me again. All right. All right. So I think we're good. All right. So again, just use us as resources, guys. We're here for you. All right. I think we're gonna end here. All right.
Thanks.
My
Thanks.
pleasure, guys. Have a great evening. That's about it, guys. If I can, I will send you this whole thing for review. You will be getting the PDF tomorrow. All right.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Excellent, guys. This was great. Thank you for spending your time with me. I appreciate it. Oh, hey, Yazzie. I didn't even see you were there. Hello. Hi. Okay. All right. I'm done. Okay. She's shy. All right, guys. Have a great night. I'm closing. I'm shutting up shop. All right. It's closing.
Doodles.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.